Test, test. I got one fan. All right, well, good evening, and welcome to Newport High School for the commencement exercise for the class of 2023. My name is Brett Mackey, and I am the Assistant Principal Athletic Director here at Newport High School, and I will be conducting this year's ceremony. But before we begin, got to ask a couple things. Some of life's precious moments deserve the utmost attention. So please, at this time, we would really appreciate it if you could ensure that your cell phones and electronics are set to silence or on vibrate, please. In addition, to make certain that all the parents and guests are able to see their graduate receive their diploma, we ask that the front and the center aisle remain clear. We do have professional photographers and media that is needing that space. So if you wish to get some individual pictures, the place to do so is from the side. So feel free to come on out and take some pictures. Okay? At this time, could you please rise, remove your caps, and join us in the singing of the national anthem performed by our very own and talented seniors, Anna and Clara Lawrence, Amber Mycock, and Caitlin Walker.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It was awesome. Class, you may be seated. If you don't have a program, this section of the ceremony will include introductions from Dr. Smith, followed by our senior slideshow and our rose ceremony. Please notice that we have the bottom row on each side of the bleachers reserved for our seniors, but after the seniors return to their seats on stage, anyone may sit in those in that section, so feel free. Okay? Seniors, after Dr. Smith is finished, please go sit in the front row of the bleachers for your slideshow, and then immediately following, remember to take your rose and give it to someone who has provided you your inspiration on your journey through high school. Following the rose ceremony, please return to your places on stage. And at this time, I'd like to introduce to you the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Dave Smith.
Good evening, friends and family. Welcome to Newport School District, Newport High School, and to the 2023 commencement ceremony. Is this a good-looking crew up there or what? Huh? And they are exceptional young men and women. And it's been a journey for them. And tonight I have the honor of recognizing some groups that have helped them through that journey. We have a tremendous K-12 staff here. So if you are a member of the Newport School District K through 12, would you please stand up and be recognized? K through 12, stand up, please. Sometimes we forget about how these kids started in kindergarten went all the way up to their senior class. And we forget the people that serve them food every day. We have an exceptional staff, and they've been with them every step of the way. So our board of directors, I'd like to introduce them. We have Director Sauer. He's over there trying to stay cool. You don't have to get up. That's all right. Director Moore. And Director Owen. And now, to the ones that were real close to these graduates, can I have our parents or our guardians stand up, please, and be recognized? Our very proud parents and guardians. Very good job. Thank you for partnering with us. Thank you for letting us have your students. And a group that I always love to recognize here. If you're a grandparent of one of these graduates, could you please stand up? Let's honor our grandparents tonight. Thank you. And to my graduates, I want to tell you, when I say that you're an exceptional group, you are an exceptional group. You have left a lasting impact on not only on the school, but the people that have taught you. So I thank you for what you've done for our school. And reflect on this tonight. This is your evening. You deserve this, and we love you. Thank you.
Couple cane posts sitting down by the creek, lines in the water, watching those bobbers, seeing that red sun sink. Mama's on the porch yelling supper's hot, y'all come and get it. We yelled 5 more minutes. At 16 it was 12:03, standing at her front door. Katie's dad said midnight, but we needed just a little more. Yellow light flipping on and off, interrupting that good night kissing. We wanted 5 more minutes. myself 5 more minutes. 18, turned my helmet in, walked to the 50-yard line. Just the coach and me after we lost 8-10 to 9. And I cried, man, next time to get in here, I'll have to buy a ticket. Can't you give me 5 more minutes? Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it. Give myself 5 more minutes. In 86, my grandpa said there's angels in the room. All the family gathered round, knew the time was coming soon. With so much left to say, I prayed, Lord, I ain't finished. Just give us 5 more minutes. Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it. Yeah, sometimes this old was when I ruled the world. Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you built a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, you're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. Hey, the only way you can know, you give it all you had. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. Hope when the moment comes, you'll say, I lived. Hope that you spend your days, but they all add up. And when that sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. Oh, I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain, but until my moment comes, I'll say I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. With every broken bone, I swear I lived.
drops like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
We're back. You did good. I told them they had 3.5 minutes to go and say their hugs and whatever and cry and get it out for right now, but they're apparently hot because they did it in less than a minute and a half. So good on you, and you might want to thank them here a little bit later. All right, so next we're going to hear from Mr. Bolden, followed by Mrs. Amy Whitney, who is our guest speaker chosen by the class of 2023. And after Mrs. Whitney concludes her speech, we will then hear from this year's salutatorian, Giona Hoagland, and valedictorian, Nolan Pierce. Then the fun part starts, where, to conclude the afternoon, we will do the presentation of diplomas by Mrs. Pierce and Mr. Bolden, followed by the presentation of the class of 2023 and the turning of the tassels, led by Senior Class President Emily Bell. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you our principal at Newport High School, Mr. Steve Bolden.
They all know me well. I'm not going to get through this without bawling. You'll know that at some point in time. So, thank you, Mr. Mackey. Good evening. My name is Steve Bolden, and I'm the principal here at Newport High School. I'd like to welcome all of you here today, just as Dr. Smith did, the parents, grandparents, families, friends, Newport staff members, Superintendent Dr. Dave Smith, our Newport Board of Directors, Ms. Pierce, our Director of Career and Technical Education, and Mr. Mackey. I couldn't do it without him around this place. He's great. But most importantly, the class of 2023. Thank you, guys. Y'all are amazing. For me, in my first year as principal at Newport High School, it's been a great honor to work with and get to know your kids in this amazing class. And I have to say, and I've said it often to numerous people, we got some pretty dang special kids here in Newport. This morning, I got to see these graduates interacting with our Grizzly kindergartners, the class of 2035. Woo! It was an awesome sight to see, but it reminded me of way back whenever I was a kindergartner. My mom used to tell me a story. Whenever I was 5 years old, I came home from kindergarten one day, and I went straight to my room, which is highly unusual for a kid who really liked his after-school snacks. I came out a little bit later, and I told her I decided what I wanted to do with my life at 5 years old, and I wanted to be a zookeeper. About a year ago, my mom reminded me whenever I got this position as a high school principal, I have succeeded my 5-year-old goal as a zookeeper. Students, today we gather here to celebrate a significant milestone in your journey, your high school graduation. As your principal, I stand before you with immense pride and admiration for each and every one of you. There's been so much that we fit into this 1 year, and I want to share a little bit of that. I have a ton of memories. My very first memories date back to whenever I was going through the interview process, just about a year ago, a little over a year ago. And I remember my first meeting here was with a great group of teachers, and that was extremely stressful. But nothing like the second part of my interview. And I had to meet with a bunch of students, many of you sitting up here on the stage today. That has by far been the toughest interview I've ever sat in 26 years. Talking to each of you and hearing the passion you all had for Newport made me want to be a part of this. I remember Giona having a hard time expressing that passion without tears. I remember Fox questioning me whether we knew each other from a middle school down the road long before we came to Newport. Told you. And I remember a young man who was not in that interview. A young strapping lad in a black cowboy hat came up to me in the hallway with extreme confidence, asked if I was the new principal. Told him I certainly hope so. Hope that's where this is headed. He shook my hand, said, well, my name is Keegan Baugh. I'll see you in the fall. I don't think there's been many days this year Keegan hasn't greeted me and Mr. Mackey with a mighty good morning, Mr. Bolden, morning, Mr. Mackey, morning, Dr. Smith. Thank you, Keegan. My first day walking through the building, well before school started, our state qualifying cheerleaders were hard at work. And I was introduced to them, and quickly, Emily and Nicole ran up to me and said that they were the senior class officers and that they would be my favorite students by the end of the year. Emily is president and Nicole is vice president. They've done a great job leading this class. And they are certainly in my top 55 of this class. This class jumped in right away to create a Fentanyl Awareness Day in September. And I mention this because so many school districts, not only were our kids impacted, but so many school districts across eastern Washington were impacted because so many schools are trying to replicate what Newport has done and what these kids have done. The battle of the border with Priest River, I don't care what the judges said, y'all rocked it and y'all won that night. I also remember Bear bringing Mr. Mackey and I milkshakes on game days. We truly hope you pass that on to somebody, so underclassmen. There are many of you who have come to my office over the course of the year, some to talk, some need advice, some just to vent. Many of you just to vent. Some need just a quiet and safe place, just to sit and be for a little bit. I'll miss our visits. Many of you started the year being a little scared of the big new guy, but most of you figured out I'm your biggest cheerleader, and I will be forever. This class has certainly made an impression on Newport and the community, as you can see with all of you here. So a few things that I want to share with you guys past those memories. And it's the first things I ever met with you and told you on the first day we had a class meeting. 3 little principles: be on time, work hard, and do what's right. I learned these 3 principles from the winningest football coach in the state of Alaska when I taught in Alaska. It's been 17 years since he passed away, but the teams there still abide by his rules. First and foremost, be on time. Time is precious, and how we utilize it reflects on commitment and dedication to our goals. Punctuality is not just about arriving at school or classes or a job on time. It's about understanding the value of every moment we have in our lives. Be on time demonstrates respect for others' time and a strong sense of responsibility. Shows you're reliable, dependable, and ready to embrace the challenges that lie ahead. Be on time. Next, work hard. Success doesn't come to those who wait idly by. It's earned through perseverance, diligence, and unwavering effort. As you step into the next chapter of your lives, whether that be college, trade school, the military, or jumping straight into the workforce. Be prepared to face obstacles, setbacks, and moments of self-doubt. But always remember that hard work, coupled with resilience, is a key to unlocking your true potential. Work hard. Lastly, do what's right. Integrity and moral character define who we are as individuals. In a world where ethical boundaries can sometimes blur, it is crucial to remain steadfast in our commitment to doing what is right, especially when no one's looking. Your high school experience has equipped you with the tools. These teachers have equipped you with those tools to make informed decisions and navigate through the ethical dilemmas. Trust your instincts, listen to your conscience, and always strive to make a positive impact on the lives of those around you. Remember, character is not shaped by the challenges we avoid, but by the values we uphold. And when all else fails, call your mom, or your dad, or your grandparent, or that trusted adult you have. Call them and discuss. Many of them are here tonight supporting you. Call and talk to them about the tough decisions. Do what's right. Remember, greatness lies within each and every one of you. It's just waiting to be unleashed upon the world. Seize every opportunity. Chase your ambitions. And never forget the tremendous potential that lies within your grasp. In conclusion, class of 2023, I have every confidence that you will go on to achieve remarkable success and make a positive difference in the world. Today, as you have put on your graduation caps and gowns and taken them off multiple times and put them back on because it's hot, know that you carry the hopes and aspirations of countless individuals who believe in your potential, including the amazing teachers and staff from kindergarten to 12th grade that Dr. Smith recognized. Take a moment to make that eye contact right now with your family, your teachers that are here to celebrate you. Find them in the crowd, wherever they are. Find that special someone who has helped you along the way. Make sure to let them know how much they mean to you. Embrace the challenges, cherish the friendships, and continue to strive for excellence in all that you do. Class of 23, we all love you. Go Grizz.
Well, okay. I'm not that tall. Yeah. That's great. Thanks. All right, I'm going to face you guys because this is for you. Over the last few months, I've heard a few of you discussing your legacy. Some of you, especially those who were heavily involved in leadership or sports, can easily detail the legacy you're leaving Newport High School, and others not so much. But I'd like to challenge that thinking. Legacy. What does that mean? Sorry, I just lost my place. One can leave a monetary legacy, like an inheritance, right? But as with most English words, there are an unnecessarily large number of ways to define and interpret legacy. I'm going to focus on the legacy that's intangible. Okay. According to legacy law advisors, legacy is something that is passed on from one's character, reputation, and the life you lead, setting an example for others to guide their futures based on one's ethics and core values. This legacy can be bedazzled with more grandiose gestures such as catching the interception that turned into the winning touchdown, but it is really created bit by bit, one moment at a time. Similarly, a stone staircase is built one step at a time. It requires all sizes of stone, tiny granules of sand, larger stones you see on the surface, and even the boulders forming the foundation below. All of them play key roles in the integrity of that staircase. We establish our legacy with who we really are, day to day. We show it through our actions and our attitudes. Every choice we make is one granule of sand that solidifies our legacy staircase. Why, you ask, can I assert this with such certainty? Well, as the saying goes, no man is an island. People are around us and thus are affected by our choices, positively and negatively. Whether we live in a small town, a city, or on a campus of 30,000 other students, we still have an impact on those around us. Whether that is good or bad is entirely our choice. Let me illustrate with some evidence. A recent study of medical operating rooms found a 60% decrease in effectiveness when surgical teams experienced rudeness. This study went on to discover that the brain spends 60% of energy focusing on defense, brainstorming ways to recover one's reputation, or simply working through that impact. This is definitely not what I want my surgical team focusing on, okay, when they're performing life-saving surgery. But whether you're putting on a roof or repairing a car engine or anything, your ability to focus is vital, right? So, I fully recognize that our definition of what constitutes rudeness is subjective and individual. Nonetheless, if our words or actions cause someone to feel the need to restore their reputation, that result is the same as found in the operating room studies. I've seen this play out at different times in my life. Consequently, I bought a book called The Art of Giving and Receiving Criticism. We all know people who are highly critical, those who are never pleased. My grandfather was this way. With my dad, my brothers, and my husband. The legacy he left them had some amazing positives. He could fix anything, absolutely anything, and he had the best strong work ethic in the world. But his negativity had an equally significant impact. My brothers really didn't like him. He was commonly referred to as grumpy, not grampy. I lucked out. As his only granddaughter, he was far more positive with me. I can only guess as to the reasons why, but I was rarely the focus of his criticism. Lucky me. So I had the motivation and privilege to maintain a strong relationship with him until he died at 99. This was not the case for my brothers. After our mom died, without her forcing them to keep up a relationship with Grampy, my brothers let the relationship fizzle out. Watching this play out really motivated me to learn how to be more positive, and I thought this book was just the ticket. Funnily enough, I got a lot more than I was asking for when I picked this book up. I had no idea how critical I was until I took the challenge posted in the first chapter. It was simple. Go one day, just 24 hours, without speaking critically. This included sarcasm. I found that I had to curb my tongue way more than I expected. The author was brilliant. The challenge hooked me. The mighty struggle to make it just one day proved to me that my day-to-day life was riddled with criticism of myself and others, because the challenge also included not being critical of myself. After finishing the challenge, I was more determined than ever to change my attitude. The author pointed out that the phrase constructive criticism is actually an oxymoron. Constructive means to build up, criticism means to tear down. I had to go through a paradigm shift, a fundamental change in approach or underlining assumptions. And this took so much practice, and I'm still working on it every single day. But I'm hoping that the legacy that I leave behind is more positive than negative at this point. 20 years later, I was given another challenge to be a marigold. One would understandably ask, what kind of nonsense is Mrs. Whitney talking about now? Okay? But hang on, you'll get it in a second. Marigolds are super beneficial to gardeners. They keep pests away, including grubs in the roots, aphids, earwigs, deer, rodents, and more. They are also beautiful and easy to grow. Marigolds help veggies and flower gardens thrive. The challenge was not only to surround myself with marigold-type people, but to be a marigold myself. So how does one become a marigold? This is accomplished through support, encouragement, being a listening ear, really seeing others. We all know those people who you just feel better being around. We feel more calm and hopeful around them. These are the people you take your stupid questions to, because you don't feel like you're going to be in danger of ridicule. These are the people that have the ability to fully empathize with us, and we feel so safe with them simply because we feel they truly understand us. Continuing the same analogy, don't be a walnut tree. Gardeners know not to plant anything near walnuts, as they emit a toxic substance that wilts and kills other plants. Being around a walnut tree person, you feel insecure, discouraged, overwhelmed, or embarrassed, and I'm confident we've all experienced that effect. So, how do walnuts and marigolds tie to our legacy? We build our lasting legacy, the values we will pass on to our family and loved ones, one person at a time, one decision at a time. In our world, where we more commonly find walnut trees, we can do our best to be the marigold. Every day we make choices, including our attitude and how we treat others. These choices are the grains of sand that form the cement in our legacy stairway. That cement holds our staircase together, making it a platform that helps others ascend to greater heights. This is why my analogy is a stairway, not a stone path. We can choose to be that uplifting person for our families, our college roommates, our classmates, our coworkers, our communities. We can stand out from the rest and be our own kind of marigold. We can lift those that lie within our sphere of influence. And as Robert Frost said in his poem, "Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference." What will your legacy be? Will it be one that builds and lifts others? An inspirational legacy that others will pass on to future generations? Choose the road less traveled. Be a builder. Bolster those around you. Each life you change is a pebble, a stone in that lasting staircase, your legacy. No matter what the future holds, we can all create a legacy of positive influence. You don't need riches to leave a rich legacy. The people you empower, the people you uplift, the people who remembered you as a marigold are your legacy. Change the world one person at a time.
Thank you, Miss Whitney. Oh, yes, sir. 3-inch heels. You got it. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Miss Whitney. I'm going to start this off by quoting the literary master Oscar Wilde. A flower blossoms for its own joy, which I believe to mean that flowers prioritize themselves. Flowers do not need to blossom. I skipped a line. Flowers do not need to impress others, for they know themselves. Flowers know their beauty and intellect, so they blossom for themselves. The students at this school are blooming flowers. You do not need anyone to tell you who you are or what you can accomplish. I have seen for myself the amount of groundbreaking accomplishments our graduating class has achieved. Every time a new award gets announced, or someone makes it to state or nationals in sports and clubs, I feel an overwhelming amount of pride for the people I've spent the last 4 years with. As I've gotten to know each and every one of you, I've seen you blossom and grow into people I can't help but feel a sense of honor in graduating with. The following portion of my speech is going to be read in Spanish, followed by the English translation. I would like to pay tribute to my family in and from Panama, Panamanian culture, and my journey learning Spanish. Cuando yo era pequeña, mis padres dijeron, puedes ser lo que quieras. When I was a young girl, my parents said, you can be whatever you want. Y yo lo creí, and I believed it. Ustedes me aceptaron como un arco iris, como una ramita fresca de lavanda, como una flor en este jardín. Por eso estoy eternamente agradecida. You accepted me as a rainbow, as a fresh sprig of lavender, as a flower in this garden. For that, I am eternally grateful. Estoy aquí, en este salón, nuestra graduación en este momento, porque mis padres, mis amigos, mis maestros, y yo creyeron en mí. I am here, in this room, our graduation in this moment, because my parents, my friends, my teachers, and I all believed in me. Mi pronunciación no es tan perfecta, pero estoy aquí. My pronunciation isn't perfect, but I'm here. Conozco a cada una de las personas en esta noche. I know every single person graduating here tonight. Very lucky for that. Todos ustedes son individuos hermosos, amables, inteligentes, hicieron de esta comunidad lo que es hoy, aceptada, generosa y fuerte. Por favor, dejen este salón hoy sabiendo, que son seres humanos maravillosos que ha tenido un impacto en esta escuela y comunidad. Todos seguirán cambiando y creciendo a medida que el tiempo pase. You are all beautiful, kind, intelligent individuals. All of you. You made this community what it is today, accepting, generous, and strong. Please leave this room today knowing that you are a wonderful human being who has made an impact on this school and this community. And you will all continue to change, and you will all continue to grow. I've learned in these years that there is potential in every step you take. Every emotion and every word is one we can learn from. There is beauty in every single person in this room, just as there is potential. We are the future, and we will make each other proud. A flower blossoms for its own joy, and that you all will. The class of 2023 has been nothing short of outstanding, intuitive, and independent. Newport would not be the same without every human being here sitting on the stands in caps and gowns. Whether you go to college next, take a gap year, join the military, or choose another path, you are loved, respected, and cared for. Take the steps right for you. Life is not linear. Growth is not perfect. Grow as you need to, and learn as you go. Every one of us is a flower in this garden, and every flower deserves to bloom for themselves. You make this garden enchanting. I can't wait to see the seeds you sow in the following years. You are here to take up space. Please take time to remind yourself that you are worth it, and you are an individual who can and will change your community and those around you. Change this world for the better. Push yourself to be better than the day before. I believe in you. Bloom, burgeon, grow, take up space, blossom.
Maybe. All right. Yeah, that's good. Before I start this speech, I have a couple of quotes I'd like to share, starting with this. Well, class of 2023, we did it. Now, this may sound familiar, and that's because it's from every graduation speech ever. But more seriously, I would like to share a quote that I found extremely impactful and used throughout my entire life. Even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. While we're on the right track right now, whether that's college or trade school or even going straight into the workforce, we must keep pushing ourselves to be better. Once we become content, we fail to push ourselves and never reach our full potential. Every one of you here has unlimited potential as long as you keep chasing your goals for the future. If you had told freshman-year-old me that I'd be writing and giving a speech in front of all my friends and their families, I would have immediately panicked. It wasn't until I started pushing myself to be a better public speaker, leader, and student that I began feeling more comfortable with being uncomfortable. That is something that everyone in this room is capable of. High school gave us all a chance to learn, grow, explore, fail, and try again. We made friends, played sports, got involved in clubs, had our first jobs, first cars, and driver's licenses, which made the parking lot at 745 a terrible place to be when the sophomores finally got their licenses. But there are a lot of people who help us along our high school journey that we should recognize. Our teachers not only taught us science, math, and English, and many other subjects, but they taught us to put away our phones, to pay attention in class, to put away our phones, to get our assignments done, and arguably most important, put away our phones. Our coaches taught us teamwork and the value of hard work. They also taught us what happens when you're not in shape at the beginning of a season. But they taught us how to be leaders and how to grow from losses and keep working towards improvement. Our club advisors gave us opportunities to explore careers, learn life skills, develop leadership and professionalism skills, and prepare for life after high school. So we've got all these people who help us along the way, but make sure you remember we still had to do the work. When you're a freshman, it's tough to remember that your grades will still be on your transcript 4 years later when you're applying for college and scholarships. As a junior, thinking your brain is going to explode from the challenging classes, and it's tough to remember that you really do want to do 4 more years of this after we graduate. And finally, when you're a senior, well, I mean, at this point, it's just hard to remember anything when you're a senior. I can confidently say I've barely had any thoughts in my head all year. With that said, though, it's sometimes hard to go to a school in a small town like Newport. You may feel like you're missing out on a big city, exciting field trips, or many opportunities. However, I've had a chance to talk with many students from around the state, and that really isn't the case. Sure, they have regular physics, and then IB physics, and then AP Physics 1, and AP Physics 2, and then probably some other kind of physics, but we aren't missing out on any opportunities. We've had many students here on stage create clubs and chances when they realized that Newport didn't offer what they wanted. But more importantly, if there are 4,000 kids in your graduating class, you don't get to participate in the clubs or sports that you want. It's actually harder to meet new people, and you can go through 4 years without only knowing a fraction of your class. We have had the privilege of knowing everyone in our class. We've been able to grow together, make each other laugh, and create unforgettable friendships and memories. I will never forget the community that our class of 2023 has made. If I had to leave you all with one piece of advice, never stop on the track. No matter what your future plans are after high school, never get content with where you are, and never stop pushing to be the best possible version of yourself. From what I've seen from you all in these short years of high school, I know you will all reach your limitless potential. Thank you for all the memories you've given me. Thank you for the many friendships, and thank you for making my time at Newport High School a time to remember. Even though it may be late for our parents, make sure you have fun tonight and make the most out of the night, because this is your time and the celebration of your accomplishments. Seniors, congratulations, and thank you for everything.
Believe it or not, we are almost done. Not really. Just wanted to psych you out. Are we ready? Noah Riley Hart Lawrence. Nicole Ann Teresa Nelson. Get up there. Bear's next. Bear Charles Smith. Drew Ellen Clark. Fox William Kreider. Ayla Ramsdale. Tylin Fiona Tuttle. Canyon James King. Yegor Ruslan Kuznetsov. Gabriel Jeffrey Vick. Trey Vaughn Rayon. Chase David Renner. Zachary J. Flores. Alyssa May Bolliard. Talon Lee Haney. Lily Ann Rose Robbins. Michael Carlin Will. Sarah Mackenzie Goodman. Judea Matthew Stegall. Clara Irene Lawrence. They love you. Carson William Jerome Newman. Anna Lynn Lawrence. Blake Ray Pratt. Caitlin Faye Bray. Jonathan Christian Gardner. Kendall Jean Hinchliff. David Douglas Rowe. Elise Rose Hinchliff. Miles Thomas Vinther. Morgan Maria Roberts. Connor William John Altmeyer. Cheyenne R. Pack. Carson Edward Luzier. Jade Jasmine Moss. Landon Eliel Hedrick. Clara Nicole McMean. Keegan McReynolds Baugh. Caitlin Marie Walker. Levi Nathaniel Waddington. Dakota Nicole Dutcher. AJ Wesley Mendoza. Adeline May Whitaker Gow. Camden Hendrick Gober. Devin Margaret Steeman. Tanner Thomas Mackey. Amber Jean Mycock. Gage Matthews Honorud. Riley Annalise Robinson. Preston William Kramer. Sienna Renee Krasneski. Isaiah Joseph Hildreth. Lisette Rayanne Laird. Nolan Thomas Luzier. Emily Marie Bell. Giona Sydney Hoagland. Nolan Michael Pierce.
Woo, we got them through. I would like to invite Miss Emily Bell, senior class president, forward for the presentation of the class of 2023 and the turning of the tassels. At this time, teachers, would you stand and start heading to your spot? Ladies and gentlemen, board of directors, and Dr. Smith, as principal of Newport High School, I certify that these individual students have met the requirements of the state of Washington and Newport School District to receive their high school diploma. And now I proudly present to you the graduating class of 2023 of Newport High School.
My mama called, see you on TV, sunset done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Work so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. They was never friendly, yeah. Now I'm jumping out of Bentley, yeah. And I know I sound dramatic, yeah. But I know I had to have it, yeah. For the money, I'm a savage, yeah. I be itching like I had it, yeah. I'm surrounded 20 bags, yeah. They didn't know me last year, yeah. Everyone wanna act like they important, but all that mean nothing when I saw my door, yeah. Everyone counting on me, drop the ball, yeah. Everything custom like I'm at the bottom, yeah, yeah. If you win it, put your lighters to the sky. How could I make sense when I got millions on my mind? Coming with it, I just put it to the side. Bought a sense of baby, they could see it in my eyes. My mama called, see you on TV, sunset done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Work so hard.